Hi, my name is Matt. I love Legacy and I love data. Let's look at the MTGO Legacy lists from January 1st to January 7th. Daybreak Games has been sharing a lot more data from MTGO results as of late December. Let's start with the league results. Looking at our results, Turbo Goblins put up 16 5-0 results, Reanimator with 14, Rhinos with 11, Grixis Delver at 10, Doomsday had 8, then Salty Beans and Lands each with 8, and Initiative and Moonsnobby with 7 apiece. Fair Blue decks are roughly a third of the field, with Combo at 28% and Snoppy at 20%. Non-blue fair decks put up 6% of the results this week. Hybrid decks contain a fair and combo game plan. They made up 11% of the league results. My brief thoughts on these results: this is essentially what I would have expected based on the Legacy metagame following Eternal Weekends. Rhinos and Reanimator are much more popular online compared to their paper play. Prelims and other Swiss events give us a more complete view of the format. I've added a column for positive records where the deck won more matches than it lost. We had a total of 296 decks, with 101 decks posting positive results. Diving into these results, our top performers were Dimir Scam, Turbo Goblins, and Rhinos. Each of these had a 40% or higher conversion rates. Salty Beans was even more impressive, converting 50% of its pilots. Delver, Reanimator, Initiative, Lands, Moonstompy, and Painter were all roughly at parity. 8 cast and 12 post both look good, but they're super small sample sizes, so who knows? The metagame has shifted somewhat in the last month. Turbo Goblins and Scam have both picked up a lot of metagame share. Salty Beans seems to be stealing players away from other fair blue decks, but keep in mind that the Magic Online metagame changes a lot faster than in paper. There's almost no friction when changing decks, either by buying and selling decks or by renting from various services. This leads to decks of the week or of the month being heavily overrepresented. Let's look at some lists and individual card choices. The Blue-Green-White X Beans decks were the boogeyman after Eternal Weekends. It's fallen off quite a bit in success and in popularity. This hot band list is fairly representative of what most folks are playing these days. It is on the more controlling side, with a small number of creatures and win cons. Obviously, Triumph of St. Catherine is not legal on Magic Online, or it would change the deck building significantly. This list relies on a heavy control game with Beans and doesn't really try and win the ground game until later on. 3 Dress Down are likely there to shore up its weakest matchups against Turbo Goblins and Initiative. Salty Beans has become quite successful. This list is similar to those played and popularized by Pokemoki and Bosch and Roll at and before Eternal Weekend North America. The only major changes being an increase in the copies of Stifle being played, and the inclusion of a main deck Leovold. Stifle, similar to Dress Down, can help against the Initiative and Turbo Goblins decks, countering a powerful triggered ability. Grixis Delver has been experimenting with Stalactite Stalker. Some of these lists are adding them as additional threats, while others are replacing Delver of Secrets itself. This particular list replaced Delver with Stalker. It might be the right choice long term, but I think it's too soon to say. Scam is back, baby. It's seeing a resurgence after being crushed at the various Eternal Weekend events. There's been some evolution here, with these decks being lower to the ground and a little bit faster. Most of the lists are playing a couple more copies of Stifle, 2 to 4 copies of Delphi Voidwalker, and 3 to 4 Whale of the Forgotten. Whale of the Forgotten seems to have replaced the Sauron's Ransom and Mystic Sanctuary package. It doubles as early interaction and selection while also being late game card advantage. I think these changes are what the deck needed. Prior to this, many lists were skewing big, where the Scam package incentivizes a tempo plan. I saw a couple spicy lists that I wanted to share. First up is this Hogak Scam deck. It didn't put up any impressive results, but it's fun and kind of cool. Basically, we fit a Hogak package into the Scam shell. This provides some powerful plays and additional consistency. However, unfortunately, this weakens the deck further to graveyard hate. Next, we've got a red Stompy deck with Agatha's Soul Cauldron and Phyrexian Devourer combo. Both of these combo pieces can be found with our 4 of Goblin Engineer, providing a new and powerful dimension to this otherwise linear Stompy deck. Canacan seems to have been working on this for quite a while. I saw another list from them some time ago with this combo, but built inside of the Painter shell. I think that this Stompy list is a better shell for it though, as it doesn't really change the dynamics of the Painter deck, but it definitely adds an extra dimension here. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you all get a chance to jam some Legacy.